Hiya. If our 250-year experiment in democracy is to be a success, we're long overdue to rid ourselves of a pair of unjust institutions rooted in slavery, even medievalism. The Electoral College is a 1787 slop to slave owners bolstering Southern state population because there were more black slaves than white people. And they counted as only 3/5 of a man. So they shot themselves in their foot, and us too, to this date. The Electoral College. That's it. Slavery. That's its only raison d'etre. For the first 32 of our Constitution's 36 years, a slave-owning Virginian was our president, the only exception being one-termer John Adams, who opposed slavery. This tells you how our nation was built on the backs of slaves. But that was then. This is now. Let's get it right. 5 presidents lost the popular vote, but wound up in the White House solely because of the Electoral College. 2 in recent history. George Bush Jr. in 2000, despite Al Gore winning by 500,000 votes. Donald Trump in 2016, despite Hillary Clinton receiving nearly 2.9 million more votes. Well into a new century and new millennium, time to get rid of the Electoral College, this hangover from slavery, which is all it is. Make no mistake. Let's let the popular vote decide presidential elections, as it does in all our other elections, from town councils to gubernatorial and Senate seat contest. Now we share the death penalty with no other modern industrial nation on earth. Of the over 2,100 men and women on our nation's remaining death rows, 100 at any given time are proven innocent and exonerated, but on occasion, not before spending 39 years behind bars. Since 1973, there have been 202 exonerations, typically because of flawed evidence, recanted, or biased testimony, or institutional pressure to close a case. In other words, justice be damned. There are careers at stake. For every 8 people on death row, 1 is found innocent and exonerated. Hundreds of others at any given time are over-sentenced, underscoring that there is no such thing in America as equal justice under the law. 250 years, let's change that and get it right. No millionaire accused of murder has ever been executed, which tells you all about our alleged equitability. Money alone buys justice, the best counsel. Consider the innocent people put to death over our 2.5 centuries. If 1 innocent person is executed, we've failed. We're a sham. We've blown it. And we're all culpable. We're all murderers. Every study shows the death penalty is no deterrent. Some just the opposite. The simple and weak-minded reason, if the state can kill, so can I. The death penalty sends a message of validation as strong as any violent video game. We incarcerate a greater percentage of our population than any nation on earth, and that includes third world countries. We also have the highest rate of recidivism, repeat offenders, of any country on the planet. We have the highest murder rate of any industrialized nation, the highest homicide rate of any G7 member. What has the death penalty done for you? Do you feel safer walking the streets of London, Madrid, Lisbon, Rome, Copenhagen, Berlin, Paris, Stockholm? And what are you doing walking the streets? Okay. Or Miami, Memphis, Baltimore, St. Louis, Philadelphia, Richmond, Milwaukee, Minneapolis. Iran, Saudi Arabia, Pakistan, Yemen, China, North Korea still execute those under 18. Young people, children, kids. Until 2005, so did the United States. As recently as 1998, we carried out the only 3 judicial executions of juveniles in the world. Bankrupt politicians love to appeal to the innocent, rather ignorant and the fearful, by proclaiming tough on crime because they support the death penalty. But justice and money are saved when we incarcerate, not execute. It cost us beleaguered taxpayers over 5 times as much to try a capital case than to impose life without parole, even if no monies earned by the accused go toward restitution of the victim's family. If murder is the most heinous of crime, what is it when 12 citizens deliberate, then pull the switch, administer the lethal injection? Sounds like premeditated murder. Why do we want to become murderers? 2 wrongs never create a right, never have, never will. Against the death penalty, Voltaire, Victor Hugo, the Shelleys, Robert Louis Stevenson, Mark Twain, George Bernard Shaw, Albert Camus, Clarence Darrow, Ramsey Clark, Chekhov, Robert Heinlein, Elie Wiesel, Nat Hentoff. Supreme Court justices including Stevens, Powell, Blackmun, Breyer, Ginsburg, Kennedy, O'Connor, Scalia, Louis Brandeis, Thurgood Marshall, William O. Douglas. Physicists and humanitarians, Albert Einstein, Carl Sagan, Stephen Hawking, Neil deGrasse Tyson. For the death penalty? Donald Trump, J.D. Vance, Sarah Palin, Rush Limbaugh. There's a 10-minute, 37-second courtroom scene here on YouTube that shows you the repugnance of the death penalty. Share it with your friends, neighbors, Romans, country people, co-workers, family. Orson Welles plays Clarence Darrow in 1959's Compulsion, a true story. Okay, so to make this a genuinely terrific semiquincentennial, now and going forward, let's end these two embarrassing relics of slavery and medievalism. The Congressional Switchboard is open 24/7. Be brief, be cordial, be polite. They've heard it all. You can reach any member of the House or Senate or leave a voicemail or message for one of their staff members. They do notate these things, you know. Don't kid yourself. They want your vote. Use it wisely. 202-224-3121. 202-224-3121. Operators are standing by. Yes, they really are, 24/7. Okay, have a terrific 250th. Let's make it better. Aim high. Be all you can be. And I hope to see you at our 500. Okay, take care. Thanks.